around 1:15, Mom made me some sunny side up eggs. If I recall, it was 3, and with those eggs, I included some Kobe Jack cheese sticks because those are the only kind of cheese sticks that are available in the fridge right now. And I had it with a glass of milk, much like this one. At some point before that, I finished the striped pattern for the Joker's pants, for that polystyrene drawing. So what I'm working on now are details for the front of the Joker's top or suit jacket, shirt, and suit vest. Those sort of details. I am largely basing much of the suit design off of a Lego minifigure image of the Joker from the Lego Batman movie. Since it has a somewhat intricate design, a tie with skulls on it, only I replaced the tie with a bow tie to make him look a little more like a clown. A suit vest with buttons that also has skulls on them. I tried my best with drawing the outlines for the skulls. On both of those things, but ultimately I'll have to complete the project before I can truly know how well I did. I had to use an ultrafine red Sharpie and then an ultrafine black Sharpie in order to draw the outlines for those skulls. I did my best with them. I know they're supposed to look like skulls. But at least one point while drawing those outlines, I couldn't help but think that they kind of looked a bit like squids, due to how the teeth were made out to look. I believe it was sometime between 6 and 6:15 p.m., but actually that probably wouldn't make any sense because we got to Robbie's around 7 p.m., and for us, it's a very short drive to get there. It's a bar and grill restaurant. We got there around 7 p.m. They weren't doing a karaoke night, but they had a live band, or at least one or two people singing and performing live. Then there was also a point in which they had a stand-up comedian. Though these sorts of things happened towards the front of the bar restaurant. And we ultimately sat more to the back. Or maybe a better way to put it, much deeper into the restaurant. Where there was a big table with a booth on the back, where I sat at one end of the table so I could sit at the booth. Since that's most comfortable. For me to work on at this point a new polystyrene drawing project, just so I have something to work on during karaoke nights. Though I ended up barely working on it. Throughout our time there, over a handful of hours or so, I had 1 glass of beer, 2 plastic glasses of water with ice, including chewing the ice. Then another glass of beer. If I recall, both beers tasted roughly the same, but the first one was sort of orange in color, while the other one, second one, was sort of brown in color. At some point, one of the staff, who's also one of Mom's friends, introduced me to someone she knows. A man who is roughly 15 years older than me. Based off first impressions, he seems to be pretty nice. Towards the end of our time at Robbie's, I got an opportunity to show him my polystyrene drawings. Pretty much all of which are on the same phone that I use to film and edit these videos. Though that process is only guaranteed for my dinner videos. Process is different for the Dan Hamming episodes. Which I didn't work on today. Didn't work on the 99th episode, but I did work on the new Joker drawing, polystyrene drawing, and I also worked on a new polystyrene drawing project, which is intended to be another female Mucho Libre wrestler. Only this time her costume is meant to make her look like a bee or Una Albreda, based off my best recollection from when I searched bee in Spanish off of the Google search engine off of my phone. And my phone's an Android, so I get the Google search engine off of it. I only get Bing for my laptop. Most likely because I use Microsoft Edge for it. I ended up barely working on or barely starting that new project. Only just starting her hair, for which, after looking at images of woman's hair and 3D model / a 3D animation of a bee, I decided the best way to differentiate between the hair and the bee mask, all while keeping consistent with the keeping up the appearance of a bee. I decided to make her hair light yellow, specifically using that one light yellow Sharpie marker that I have in my marker satchel. I brought the block of polystyrene on which I would start the new project in a plastic bag and carried the marker satchel separately without a bag because it's a container within itself, technically. This right here is actually a leftover. It's a taco salad that I ordered from Robbie's. I got it in an effort to get something keto friendly. And it is for the most part, except it came with these tortilla chips. Luckily, they're only a small part of the taco salad. Otherwise, they would be more of a nacho platter than that of a taco salad. In fact, I actually thought they were nacho platter-like when I first got them. The taco salad. The way their tortilla chips were arranged kind of made it look like there would be more in the center. I used my fork that was provided to me to dole on the sour cream, then the salsa. And this was after I got the gourmet cheese platter as my appetizer, after realizing that the chicken fingers would come with either fries or tater tots. So I got the gourmet cheese platter in an effort to stick to a keto diet. But this gourmet cheese platter came with crackers, both that looked like Ritz crackers and another variety that's more akin to multigrain wheat thins would be the best way to describe them, though that second set of crackers does look significantly different from that description. It's just the best way for me to describe it, since I don't know the exact name of what that variety of cracker looks like. Again, it's still pretty good for keto. As the crackers are only a small part of that gourmet cheese platter, it being mostly different varieties of cheese and meat. Although it also came with some dried apricots and dried cranberries. which I think are technically called craisins, according to my best recollection. If I'm wrong on that, please, you're more than welcome to comment that. Comment a correction. That's just according to my own knowledge. I don't know if the dried apricots has a name aside from dried apricots. I ate both the dried apricots and the dried cranberries. Yeah, because they were part of the gourmet cheese platter, which also came with some mustard. At some point while Mom and I were at Robbie's, and she was presumably talking with her friend James, I heard from one of the live music performers them singing a song that sounded familiar to me because I heard a parody of it by Flogo, known as a Fat Cat Sings I Look Good. It took me more than one attempt to determine what song was being performed and sung or covered. It turns out it was Oobla Dee, Oobla Da by the Beatles. And it seems like a pretty good song based upon first impressions of listening to it at home. I initially didn't eat much of the taco salad, nor that much of the gourmet cheese platter. Because I wasn't very hungry tonight. And I largely felt like saving it for later. The boxes we ended up getting were just like this, which is a microwavable container, but I ripped the top of it off in order to make it easier for the microwave to get to the food. And there was also a point in time in which I got up and waited next to my mom for a chance to ask when she wanted to leave. I was a bit concerned because Robbie's on that night would be open until 2 in the morning. And I didn't want to stay up that late. I think by that point it was either somewhere between 11:30 and 11:45. And I didn't want to mess up my sleep schedule too much, nor only get 1 to 2 hours of sleep. Before having to get up to do something. And I just asked when Mom wanted to leave in order to get a time frame in mind.